I have a problem seeing. So impressed by the honor that you've just bestowed on me. I don't know if it's my eyes or the light. Before I start my address, allow me to thank the administration of USEK, and in particular its president, Reverend Dr. Father Hbaya. When they had to choose a notable figure to be your commencement speaker, they bestowed on me that great honor and allowed me to be an USEK alumni like you while I'm receiving today an honorary doctorate that make me extremely proud and happy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear graduates, today is your D-Day, or should I say, our D-Day. I'm privileged by the doctoral degree awarded to me and which shall remain attached to my name. This is especially less true as I reflect on the hard work and energy each and every one of you had invested in obtaining his or her degree. The doctoral degree is the most cherished of all degrees, and yet I personally never had the opportunity to pursue higher education. At USEK, you have not been taught only what to think, but mainly how to think. Today, listen to the whispering of Merlin the magician, The Once and Future King by Terence White. Merlin said that learning is the only thing that never fails. There is a moral to this story. Allow me to draw on my personal history and life experience to give you today words of wisdom and words of encouragement. My first point is that true success is not reflected in the acquisitions of material things. A wealthy man is not necessarily rich. A rich life is not a checklist of acquisitions and achievements. Your CV is not your life objective, but only shorthand for the milestones that you have marked your personal itinerary. Yes, your graduation was a very important goal, but this is only the beginning of the road. There are many more miles to travel. Keep in mind Confucius and Aristotle's teachings. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Keep in mind that who you are is more important than what you have. And keep in your heart a place for values. Education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make sure a more clever devil. As from today, a lot of people will forget how you came to USEK, but everybody will remember that you graduated from USEK. I see you here with parents who have forgotten all their tears and sacrifices. Let's thank the proud parents for all their help for you to achieve what you have achieved. My grandfather used to say, what you hear and what you see is not necessarily the same thing. The accumulation of diplomas does not make the great writer, lawyer, scientist, or business entrepreneur. The recipe for real success is a blend of knowledge, wisdom, sacrifice, love of what you are doing, vision, and hard work. Success never comes by accident. In case it does, it's always a fleeting glimpse. For me, to be rich is to be knowledgeable, wise, to have common sense, to have the inspiration to become a political leader, to have the vocation to become a religious leader, to have the dedication of a scientist, the creativity and imagination of a writer or poet, the business acumen of an entrepreneur. In other words, the desire and ability to create, innovate, lead, and transform the world. A millionaire has not necessarily achieved more than the doctor who saves lives, or the engineer who builds monuments, or the teacher who makes education possible, or the astronomer who searched in the past to discover the future. Try to be as modest as one of the most brilliant brains of the last few centuries, Albert Einstein, who used to say, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow." He always told his students not to try to become men of success, but men of value. For him, wisdom is not a product of schooling, but a lifelong attempt to acquire it. My second point is about success and failure. Sir Winston Churchill used to say, "If failure is not fatal, success is not final. It is the courage to continue that counts." At your age, having begun to work at the age of 15, I was already and possibly prematurely in position of responsibility. My desire for success was great, and like any other human being, I had fear of failure, of not being able to take care of my family. But never has the sense of risk shaken the confidence I have in my ability to achieve goals. Yes, I have had setbacks, but when things have gotten rough, I have drawn on my inner strength and learned things about myself that I could not learn any other way. So as you launch your careers, sorry, I should be looking at you, but as you launch your careers, be proud of your success, learn from your failures, and carry on with your ambition. My third point is about the value of education. Once you are educated, your enlightened mind cannot become again dark. History has accelerated. Many traditional jobs are disappearing. Less qualified jobs are moving east and south. I will never forget some wise words from a big African leader, Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. And of course, the educated will lead in this worldwide competition. You can never be overeducated. You appreciate that getting ahead in life without an education has become more difficult by the day. Please value the degree you receive today. It speaks of your intellectual abilities, diligence, and hard work. You have been taught to think out of the box, to put forward your ideas. You are not alone in this effort. I salute the faculty and staff of USEK University and the student body as a whole. Each and every degree awarded today is the peak of an individual and collective effort. Today, you have no choice. You have to think global. It might happen soon enough. One day, there will be no more borders, no boundaries, and no countries. Your only passport will be your heart. This evening, you are sitting next to your fellow graduates, and many of them will be lifelong friends. Some of you might even be clever enough to imagine that you might be sitting next to one of the future leaders of our country, or indeed, that you yourself might be that leader. There is a fair chance that will turn out to be true. Hence, I urge you to treat your neighbor with respect. He might be the next Charles de Gaulle, Michael Dubaki, Saeed Al, Camille Chamoun, Steve Jobs, Tom Barracks, or our very dear father, George Hubaika. In concluding, allow me to point out the special duty you have towards your motherland. We are proud of Lebanon, and you are its greatest resource. You are its present, and you are its future. You are its potential. We Lebanese have shown for many generations now that the world is flat. Recently, on social medias, you can watch a video confirming a connection between Phoenicians and some remote sites in New Hampshire in the United States. Our history has been stolen from you, from us. Make sure you don't allow our future to be stolen from us. A Lebanese is almost by definition a citizen of the world. That is how I felt as a young man growing up in Nigeria and Lebanon, and then traveling all over the world. May you be the future ambassadors of our country, the next Danny Thomas, Charles Malik, Carlos Slim, Amin Ma'louf, Carlos Ghosn, or Philippe Salem. Our country needs you. You have the capacity, the resources, and the willpower, and hopefully the political motivation. We need your commitment to make Lebanon the flourishing democracy it deserves to be. Later today, when this meeting should be over, we will each go our own way. May some of those thoughts stay with you for your own life and for a better life for you and our country. And finally, some words of wisdom. Some people dream of success, while other people wake up every morning and make it happen. Thank you.